Okay, so the second non-metal that we're talking about is oxygen. Now, as you may see, oxygen is actually a diatomic molecule. It's a diatomic molecule. And then the Earth's atmosphere consists of 1/5 of oxygen, which is about 20% of it, or 20 to 21% in the atmosphere. And then when you go in the periodic table, it is found in group 6. Now, how is oxygen prepared? We shall look at two ways in which oxygen is prepared. But one of the ways is by heating hydrogen peroxide. Heating hydrogen peroxide, you apply the heat there. Then you use manganese 4 oxide as a catalyst. So it means this contains hydrogen peroxide inside, then you add manganese 4 oxide. The purpose of this one, as an emphasis, it's a catalyst. And then the gas will be collected this side in a trough containing water. And usually this method is called downward displacement. Why? The reason is oxygen does not easily dissolve in water. That's why it's collected like that. So that is the first method. And the second method is decomposition of potassium chlorate. Okay, potassium chlorate. When it decomposes, now how do you decompose it? It's being decomposed by heating it. And so this is what you're seeing. Now, remember that potassium chlorate, when it is heated, it produces potassium chloride and oxygen. That's what happened. So, still, manganese 4 oxide is added to potassium chloride. Why? To act as a catalyst. So this is the second method. The method is still downward displacement because oxygen is still collected on top. And the reason we gave is oxygen does not easily dissolve in water. So what are the physical properties of oxygen? The physical properties of oxygen is that it is colorless, it is odorless, it is tasteless, it is slightly soluble in water, then it does not support burning. So that's what you should know about oxygen there. Now, what are the chemical characteristics of oxygen? Oxygen, one of the chemical characteristics is that it is involved in respiration. Now, you know that respiration is the process by which oxygen combines with food molecules, and when it does, it produces carbon dioxide, energy, and water. This is the equation that you're seeing. Oxygen is involved in combustion, meaning that a substance can react with oxygen and the result will be an oxide and heat. For example, carbon plus oxygen, carbon dioxide. Then heat, which is energy, is produced. Then rusting also. So what you should know is that rusting is a reddish brown. It's a reddish brown coat of iron oxide on the surface of iron or steel that forms when the metal is exposed to air and moisture. So there's something that will appear brown or reddish on iron metal. Now, what are the conditions? What are the conditions for this iron to rust? You should know that there should be one, presence of oxygen. Presence of oxygen. Oxygen should be present. That's number one. Oxygen should be there. Then number two, water or moisture. These things should be there. And then there must be an electrolyte like hydrochloric acid. So when there's an electrolyte like hydrochloric acid, then something is likely to get rust. So how do you prevent rusting? One way you prevent rusting is by oiling iron. Remember, rusting is mainly common to iron. So you oil it, or galvanizing. Now, galvanizing simply means coating the iron with zinc. Now, why using zinc? Zinc is highly reactive in the reactive acidity. So when anything gets in contact with zinc, zinc will easily react, preventing the iron. Painting, we know what painting is all about. Then alloying or electroplating. We discussed earlier that the alloying simply means mixing metals. So this is how you prevent rusting. The last thing we want to look at are the uses of oxygen. So oxygen is used, one, in steel production. Steel production. That is where oxygen is used. The number two is also used for those that go underwater, the divers. They carry oxygen. It is used in hospital for patients to help those patients with the difficulties in breathing. It is used in welding and cutting of metals. It's used as a rocket fuel and fuel cells. These are the uses of oxygen. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen.